That's it. So some of the comments, I agree. You got to speak up, Ken. Silence, it never moved people forward. You have to speak up. Yeah, and like so, one of the comments people put on here, and they talk about a particular nonprofit agency that has the highest population of black people, and for the people to make these comments and call the people clowns, they use this highest population of black people to solicit funds and get government dollars off of the same clowns they were talking about, because the clowns that you put in the Facebook post were over in Tiger Lane, which you didn't know. So you're talking about the clowns, but you're getting money off of the clowns' heads. No, that's not right. That's not right at all. This is sad, and so I did what? Okay, Vicky, I remember that.
That's my church member, Vicky.
Yeah, I'm all about equality and uplifting our sisters and brothers. That's what I'm all about, point blank. So I think I did my venting. I'm waiting on my good alt-right white brothers and sisters who made all those negative posts to come and make a comment. So if you know some of them, tag them and tell them come back. I'm on Facebook Live right now, and they are welcome to come over here and talk about whatever they want to talk about. I'm not going to run from them. I'm not going to hide from them. I'm going to sit right here and I can talk to them. Because you're not dealing with a thug. You're dealing with an educated black man. So I can sit right here and talk with the best of them. So let's talk. Yep, it's sad, man. Memphis is it's a different beast. It's a different beast here in Memphis, Tennessee. You have hating within the races. You have hating within the same communities. You have people in the same communities who don't help you. They hate this group, they hate that group, and we all in the same boat trying to come up. And it's really sad, So this is a different beast here in Memphis, Tennessee. Well, I can't talk for everywhere. I live in Memphis, so I'm talking about where I live. So I think I got my little bit off my chest what I had to talk about. So it is what it is. Like I said, if I will wait another 2 or 3 minutes, and if not, I'm done. I'm about to watch a football game and chill out. But it's important that we talk about it. We got to talk about it, point blank. You had something to say about it?
Yes. So, I preached a couple of Sundays ago.
No, this is not a preacher Sunday.
No. Give me that back.
No,
seriously.
like that. Okay, that's all you got to say.
It's a statement that
and no, we're not doing no preaching.
No, you're preaching now.
We're back. I'm back. He gone. So go on his Facebook page. We will not do no church on this page. No, sir.
What I'm getting ready to say is, before I was rudely interrupted,
this is not church.
So that's not what I'm getting ready to say. So as relates to what my conversation that I want to bring up, the fact is, we have to learn how to start practicing stuff privately before we make those things public. In other words, what I'm trying to get at is, even in the private settings of or the intimate settings at home and stuff like this, when we have those type of conversations with people or even conversations with ourselves, we must learn how to identify those issues that plague us, and then have those conversations privately and put it into practice. Because if we don't do that privately, then what good it is to take what we are learning out publicly and we don't use it. Case in point, we're talking about racism, combating racism, right? So what we need to do is own up to those negative stuff that we have spoke about or done, or that identity that we do have based upon our upbringing or peer pressures or whatever it may be. Identify that stuff, write it down, own up to it, and face the fact that yes, I have said some stuff or done some stuff that was not pleasing that I know I need to change, right? So when you own it, then you can learn how to work on it. Because if you can't own that you have made some racist comments or have done some racial stuff, then there's no need for you to take what we're depositing or what people are saying, or even in the community as relates to those particular conversations, and put it to work. Because all you're going to do is lend a deaf ear to those types of conversations. And it's going to continue to wreak havoc over and over and over. And that's not the objective. The objective is to learn, to grow, and to build healthy relationships within our communities. We cannot be the beloved community that many individuals such as Martin Luther King talk about unless we identify those issues, work to improve it, and then we also have to own up to it. We have to own it. Own when we are wrong. Own when we have done some stuff and made some decisions that were not right. And listen to those individuals, because on the tail end, you may not be the one on the receiving end of it, but those that are on the receiving end, like Dr. Alan Battle said, you have to put your spirit into their spirit, deposit your soul into their soul, so that they can, so that you can feel what they are feeling on the tail end of it. Because at the end of the day, you can't tell me how you make me feel if I'm the one on the receiving end of the being belittled, being talked about, being rejected, being dehumanized, being made a negative example. I'm the one on the receiving end. So you have to understand where I'm coming from based upon my personal experience. And once you begin to feel my pain, and my agony and my tears and my crying and my suffering and what I have to go through, then you can relate with me. That's how I was able to step out of my comfort zone and be able to, like you said, to start the church in that particular life, because of the simple fact that I owned it. I took ownership in my community. And because I took ownership in my community, I saw what was going on through my community, and not just through my community, but through my own experience. And because I was able to see what was going on through my own experience, I was able to do something about it.
Okay, stop. I got questions. People got questions. All right, he gone. He got to take over spirit. So, Sharonda, she said, she was talking about her, Sharia was talking about her daughter. And matter of fact, I was looking up this survey, Sharia. They said 88% of black people in this country says more changes need to be done to have blacks equal with whites. And then the white people came back and said 53% of them said the country still has work to do to achieve equal rights with white people or whatever. So my point is this: racism is real. We got a lot to work to do, but people are afraid to talk about it, and they're afraid to deal with it because I guess some feelings going to get hurt. For instance, you said your daughter was called a nigger. That's a shame. Your little baby, she's like, what, 10, 9, 8, something like that. No, 11 maybe. It's a shame that a baby, an 11-year-old, is called a nigger. How does an 11-year-old who called her a nigger know what a nigger is? Because their mama, their daddy, their grandmama, somebody told them what the word was. The little baby don't know anything about a nigger or know about that word. It's sad. And so this is why it's important to show your kids and teach them self-love, teach them conflict resolution, teach them how to deal with individuals as such, because if you don't, we'll have a bad situation regarding the race and the issues in America. So, I just believe we need to deal with it and talk about it, but my little 2 cents don't really matter. So, but I'm going to do my part. I'm going to talk about it, and that's that on that. I'm about to get off of here, and if I get any more questions or whatever, hatred is taught. You were not born to hate. It's no way possible. An innocent child was not born to hate. You were born to love. Your mother nourished you when you was little, when you cried, and when you was hungry, when you was wet, need to be changed or whatever. It is art. It's sad. You have to define your humanity. It is sad. Well, I agree, Mark. The longer he waits, the longer he does jeopardize and validates as a leader in the community. You're absolutely correct. But you have to be, nobody should force me to apologize when I'm wrong. But certain people you have to force, certain people you don't. So I'm at a point now, he said what he said. It is what it is. I know what he said. I know what side he's standing on. I'm done with it. I don't even care anymore. I just want to let him know I know who he is. So it doesn't even matter. Matter of fact, Mark, he didn't even have to apologize. He didn't have to say one word. I don't even care. I know where he stands. I know who he is. I can look him in the eye and tell him I know exactly who you are. So it don't even matter to me anymore. What matters to me is that we brought the conversation forward. We put it out there. We told the people what the issue was. We stood up. We defended the morning show. We defended the football game. We talked. We had this conversation about race. People are tired of, like Art just said, trying to define their humanity to white people. And so we brought it out there. We put it on the table. And now it's up to them to deal with what we put on the table. And it's up to us to deal with the response from them. And so I'm going to continue to put my response out there every time it's dealt to me. I'm not going to hide my hand. I don't care who likes it. I don't care who doesn't like it. That's your problem, not my problem. I'm not going to disrespect nobody, and I'm sure in the hell not going to let nobody disrespect me. At the end of the day, we have to deal with these issues. You can run and hide, whatever. You got to work in the community. You got to solicit dollars from the city, from the county, from other businesses. So these businesses see that you are an alt-right member or white supremacist. They should stop you in your tracks and tell you your businesses and services are no longer needed here. We'll get somebody else. And if they don't, I'll do like y'all did. I'll call FedEx or call your people and tell your people, hey, look, they're over here. These people are part of white supremacists. They're part of alt-right, and they're doing what they're doing. So it is what it is. Potato. It is what it is. But I'm about to get off of here, and I had a good time talking to y'all, and I thank y'all for tuning in, and I'm done with the conversation. I'm done with it. I have nothing else to say about it. I said my part. I brought my issue forward. We dealt with it. It is what it is. We got the conversation started. The people were commenting on the Facebook page about it. They voiced their opinions. People got in the conversation who didn't have anything to do with it, didn't have a bone to fight in it. They were talking about off the wall stuff, a parking spot or some stuff. I don't know. But my point is this. The issue was put on the table. We dealt with it. We solved it. I believe we got things accomplished. And you're exactly correct. We passed voter registration forms out in church a couple of weeks ago. And so, say what? You said what?
Go ahead.
And we passed the voter registration forms out in church the other day. So we do need to start voting. Local officials, state officials, the Congress, the Senate, we need to vote. Especially black people. If you're over 18 without a record, if you have a record, figure out how to get your voting rights reinstated. But we definitely need to vote. Because if you don't vote, you'll continue to have these problems, and we have to vote and let our voice be heard. Even with the vote, we'll have problems, but at least I have a voice to be heard and a voice to be reckoned with. then we're not going to